Hi there, this is David and welcome to all the characters of Chrono Trigger ranked from worst to best. Ever since I played this game back in 8th grade, I have been hooked. I remember getting it Christmas morning and just playing it all day non-stop. I've beaten the game countless times since then, and I thought that it might be fun to rank all the characters that the game has to offer. So, let's go ahead and get started. Number 7. Marl. Everybody's favorite pretty princess needs a complete overhaul from the ground up in order to even be remotely usable. She is just catastrophically bad. Isn't it funny whenever a game gives you someone that they intend to be your main healer, only for them to be actually the worst healer in the entire game? How that's even humanly possible is beyond me. The designers were just incompetent whenever it came to her. Marl's aura is actually outclassed by Alia's Kiss, because that cures status ailments. Then her single target cure is outclassed by Frog and Robo's party healing abilities. Much later on she gets cured too, but so does Frog. But honestly, the only person who would actually need to be revived would be her, because she's so fragile. To top it off, she doesn't even have a unique element. She shares ice with Frog, and because of that, she is just outclassed in every way by him. And don't talk to me about haste. She's replaced by a helmet. Number 6. Frog. Our froggy friend was designed to be a paladin, as well as like a jack of all trades. However, he's really more noticeable as the second best healer. He's basically like a better Marl, sharing the water element with her and trading in haste for heal, while having much better survivability and attack power. The thing about Frog is that he's good. There really aren't any drawbacks of having him in the party, but he also doesn't excel at anything either. And there's really nothing that makes him stand apart from the rest of the characters. Everything that he can do, someone else can do better. He's a competent attacker, but so is Chrono, Robo, and Alia. He's a good caster, but he can't hold a candle to Luca, Magus, or Marl. And he can multi-target heal, but not as good as Robo. Then, as a kind of nail in the coffin, he doesn't get a powerful boss-destroying single-targeting tech. His 5th tech, Leap Slash, is the best one that he gets. Which is kind of a shame, because if Frog Drop was replaced with something actually useful, this little frog would be a force to be reckoned with. Number 5. Magus. Here we have the obligatory secret optional character. And while I normally try to avoid spoilers in my videos, it's kind of impossible here, so whatever. He's good, don't get me wrong, but by the time that you get him, like 90% of the game's already over. All that's really left are the side quests, as well as the final dungeon. Because of that, he's already behind the rest of the team tech-wise, and he also gets no healing whatsoever. So he's pretty much just like an attack mage, but at least he excels there. He's the only party member with access to all 4 elements, making him a magical powerhouse. Though, in order to take advantage of him, you really need to keep him in your party from the second that he comes in. Also, he doesn't synergize with anybody else, so he doesn't have access to any dual techs whatsoever, and then only a scant 2 triple techs. Number 4. Luca. As a child, I always thought that Luca just kinda sucked, because back then, black mages were never really properly balanced, and I would much rather just have like 2 physical fighters as well as a healer. But over the years, she's grown on me, and I've learned to appreciate her as one of the best characters in the game. She joins up with you super early, and she stays by your side for the remainder of the game. She's with you even more often than Marl. She's also able to attack with elemental damage before magic's ever available, and in a line. So many times she can clear off a few enemies in the early game. Then, later on when she gains magic, she is nigh unstoppable. Let's not forget her dual techs too. Stuff like Fire Sword is ridiculous, and her magic stat is the highest up in the game, so she is able to capitalize on all of her strengths. Yeah, her survivability is questionable, but because of her father's inventions, she gains unique armors and stat boosts that no one else can access, especially that craptastic Marl. Add to the fact that Flare is the strongest spell in the entire game, and you have got a winner in Luca. Number 3. Alia. Besides Magus, Alia is the last one to officially join up, and she's an absolute brute, an Amazonian physical powerhouse with fantastic and useful techs all the way around, as well as a few tricks up her scarf. Triple Kick is a boss destroyer, and her first tech in the game, Kiss, has the added benefit of healing status ailments, which in and of itself makes her already a better healer than Marl. Add to the fact that she's the only party member who has access to stealing. In most games that would only have like one steal ability kind of tucked away on a more physical character, they'd probably just kind of discount it and not pay much attention to it. But Chrono Trigger is not most games. The developers really went all out here with bosses, as well as randoms having great items ripe for the taking. With her physical capabilities, out-of-battle backup healing, and stealing, she is fantastic for randoms, as well as almost mandatory for the bosses. Number 2. Chrono. I bet quite a few of you were shocked to see that Chrono is in second place. Normally, the hero's like, by default, the best character in the game. They're strong swordsmen, well-rounded, and can pretty much cover all your bases. And yeah, that does describe Chrono to a T, except for one noticeable glaring omission: his lack of healing. Chrono is a samurai swordsman with access to very powerful single sword techs, as well as some pretty decent lightning spells. He also gains the life spell, complementing his heaven element. All of his double techs are fantastic as he synergizes well with the other characters, and he's the only person in the entire game who doesn't have to equip a stone in order to use the triple techs. He can do everything really well, but there's just one other guy who outshines him, and that's our number 1, Robo. Growing up, I was never really fond of non-humanoid characters. I saw a robot, and I just kind of assumed, oh, he's like a boring one-note tank, I really don't care. However, my appreciation for him has grown exponentially over the years. This robot can do it all. They gave him access to shadow, lightning, and fire-based attacks, as well as super powerful physicals. Then, in addition to being able to cover 3 different elements, he's also the best healer in the game with his Cure Beam and Heal Beam. Yeah, his magic stat isn't as hot as the girls, but it's not all that much lower than Frog's, so all he really needs are just a couple magic tabs and he'll be able to fully heal the entire party with a single tech. Also, he's built like a brick shithouse with massive defense, attack, and HP. He's a good boy, joins early, and he's by your side through thick and thin, and even through time. Well, that's it for all the characters of Chrono Trigger ranked from worst to best. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video or what I do here on the channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon, heading on over to Twitch for some streaming fun, or joining the Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them all can be found in the video description. This has been David, and if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.